A new 9th Age 3-game tournament is lined up, and if anyone watching this video is able to pinpoint where the tournament is taking place, there will be a grand reward. Knowledge, that is. Full of knowledge that this will be a frontline clash between Highborn Elves and Sylvan Elves. The Highborn Elves chose this side of the battlefield. The Sylvan Elves have these spells. Well, only the name is correct. The function of the spells has been updated with the Beta 2 version. These are very old versions of the spells, but the name is correct. Here are the Highborn Elf spells. 2 armies, heavy on spells. The Sylvan Elves drop everything, going wide of course because they need the whole battle line, while the Highborn Elves center on the flank with an impassable terrain and otherwise center up in the middle. The objective is treasure hunt. That means that 3 objectives will show up as secure targets according to a D3 dice sometime during the game. That is at the end of each round. There's this potential for a secure target to pop up. Not all 3 may come up during the game, of course. The dice will decide. And they're secure targets for the end of round 6. After turn 1 for the Sylvan Elves, the Druids are left in the periphery. Have a long way to go to meet the battle line. Good move by the Highborn Elf deployer. The Kestrel Knights are threatening the flank of the Frost Phoenix. 3 Elein Reavers are shot down by ice and fire and arrows from the archers. The Wild Huntsmen are pushing against the Flame Wardens, putting up a potential charge situation, and vanguarding Kestrels with shield and spear, and Forest Rangers on the other side. At the top of round 1, we see that the Frost Phoenix and the Flame Wardens charged the Wild Huntsman, killing all of them, including the Apprentice as it fled from a challenge. The Overrun takes the Frost Phoenix into the Forest Guards and the Flame Wardens into the Thicket Beasts. Chaffing Elein Reavers. Round 2 for Sylvan Elves is coming up. After top of round 2 for Sylvan Elves, the Forest Guards take 2 wounds of the Supernal Frost Phoenix because of the Supernal as well. They won combat. There are many wounds taken in this combat. 2 wounds of the Thicket Beast Champion, 2 wounds of the Thicket Beast, and 2 wounds of the Highborn Elf General in a challenge with the Thicket Beast Champion. There's a forest placed under from the sacred seeds of the Mage on the Sylvan Elf side, but we haven't placed it because it's so crowded here. It's just next to the mountain. The Kestrel Knights failed their charge. The Blade Dancers kill 2 Elein Reavers. The Druids come up from behind. There's a lot of movement and strategic placement here. And we're at round 2 for the Highborn Elves. Will they charge? End of round 2. The objective secure target in the middle comes into play just like this one. We're placing that right now. The Frost Phoenix is down to only 1 wound left, but it stomps the Archmage Magician of the Sylvan side into the ground, so it kills the Cosmologist Master. The Highborn Prince loses a wound again after healing it in its own turn, so it's down to 1 wound again. Thicket Beast still stand on Standfast. 1 wound is shot off the Avatar of Nature. The Kestrel Knights flee after being shot at, trying to attack the Highborn Elf base. These Kestrels flee as well, after being shot at by bolt throwers. 1 wound taken off the Flame Phoenix there by the Forest Rangers, which were charged in the flank. They reformed, they're now in the front. The Reaver Chariots charged across the fence, losing 1 wound, and catching the Heath Riders in pursuit as they fled from the charge. Round 3. Bottom of after the top of round 3, the Avatar charged the Flame Wardens, killing the Highborn General in a duel. The General had cast the spell which gave him that he could only be wounded on 5+. The Shamanism spell, of course. So he had Awaken the Beast. The Frost Phoenix still stands with its last wound. The Forest Rangers reformed and killed the Flame Phoenix in 1 turn. But the Highborn Elves have a strong base in their rear with lots of shooting and magic. Only few targets this round, methinks. These Kestrels are still fleeing. The other Kestrels on the far other flank fled off the table. Things unraveled for the Sylvan Elves as the Avatar of Nature fled on a stubborn test. On the first half of turn 3, the Thicket Beasts still stand. The archers failed to take the last wound of the Frost Phoenix, and things are opening up for the archers and bolt throwers on the Highborn Elf side. The Kestrels out here rally, but it looks bleak for the Highborn Elves. I think we'll be ending after this half round. The archers were charged by the Chariots, failing to do their task of shooting down the Frost Phoenix. The Frost Phoenix and the Flame Wardens killed the remaining Thicket Beast. The Forest Rangers are shot down from the Northern Sea Guards. The Thicket Beast died. The droid unit is whole. It was left on the flank and was never relevant for the whole battle. A very good strategic victory for the Highborn Elves, who gets half the point for the Avatar, which is fleeing for some reason. He understood that this was not going the way of the forest. The Kestrel Knights rallied, but were irrelevant as well. The assault on the shooting back rank of the Highborn Elves from the Sylvan side did not work out, and the Highborn Elves even won the center. So a grand victory for the Highborn. Do you want to add any strategic?
No, strategies. Just thanks for a good game.
Definitely.